Hello, Earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. How are you guys? If you have been drawn to this particular reading, I will be taking a look at, of course, whoever it is you're focused on, and will they reach out to you? If so, let's try to dig a little bit deeper and find out when that might happen. So this is for those of you who more than likely are in no contact, and maybe you guys haven't seen each other in a while. All right, so let's get started and let's take a look at that energy. General advice as always, Earth signs, so please do keep that in mind throughout the reading and only take the parts of it that make sense for you and release the rest. I'll be starting off with my dating scene oracle deck here. The good, the bad, and everything in between for Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Current vibes, what are they thinking when it comes to you? What's the energy? Some of you guys might relate to this if maybe your person is in the military, maybe you guys are both in the military, or it could simply be that there is separation anxiety here. You guys could also live either states or cities or even countries away from each other. Okay, so let me see what else is coming through here. So they could be literally in the military, serving our country, or, you know, of course, whatever line of work they might be in. What else do we need to know? Current vibes. We have dreamy. They could also certainly be dreaming about you because you guys are at a distance from one another. It does say like a fairy tale magical connection. So even though they might not be with you, they're clearly still thinking about you. And maybe they feel like, you know, it almost felt like a fairy tale when you guys connected. It just made sense. Everything just came together. You guys got along great. Bottom of the deck, check this out. We do have eternal twin flames. So it could be a situation of two people who are not together, in separation, but you guys are still feeling connected to each other. So let me go ahead and grab some tarot here and see what's going on. And since there is this separation anxiety, I do feel there is this desire to reach out to you. It's making them anxious, perhaps, due to particular circumstances that they aren't able to right now. We've got the Judgment card, so I do feel that this person will reach out to you, will communicate to you somehow. Could be through a phone call, it could be through a text, could even be through a telegram, or even on social media. This can happen in so many various ways. I feel that they certainly could have gone through an awakening in some way, shape, or form where they're thinking about you and really wanting to have that conversation, to be able to talk about what might have happened the last time you guys saw each other. Maybe there has been a falling out that they're remembering. The last conversation could have been very hurtful. You know, whatever the case might be, I feel this is somebody who wants to return, who wants to communicate, who wants to be able to address the issues between the two of you and to talk things through, to be able to fix whatever might have happened here. Let's see what else. We do have the Four of Cups. So I do feel this person has a lot of regret as to why you guys are apart to begin with. It can represent a missed opportunity. Maybe they feel like they've waited too long to reach out. Maybe, you know, now that so much time has passed, they're feeling like if they were to even make a move to communicate, that you might reject them or that you wouldn't be as open to it. They could also be drinking too much, you know, drowning their sorrows. It can represent boredom, reevaluation, indifference. It can represent all of those things. So they're definitely feeling this disconnectedness between the two of you. Let's see what else here. What else for Earth signs? Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. Current vibes. We do have the Six of Wands. So I do feel that they struggle a little bit with finding the confidence within them to take that necessary step, to pick up that phone, to, you know, search you up on social media, whatever way they want or feel the need to communicate. But the reality of it is, I feel if you're drawn to this reading, there might actually be a part of your heart space that would be open to hearing from them. So they really need to find that confidence within themselves. Divine Feminine, you're coming in with the energy of the Empress, okay? You have a masculine here who sees you as this beautiful person, not just on the outside, but the inside as well. You know, not that the relationship was perfect whatsoever, but they do see you as, you know, this perfect person in a way to be their life partner, but maybe they had to figure that out from a distance. You know, it's one of those situations where they really needed to lose you in order to fully appreciate the role that you played, the value that you brought to the relationship. Let's grab one more here. We've got two cards wanting to come through. We've got the Ten of Wands, which can be the heavy burden here. So I can't help but feel that this could be the masculine communicating this in this reading. Maybe they have taken on too much in their life, you know, or it could also have been somebody who just didn't step up to the plate to take responsibility for maybe the family or the connection, or when things fell apart between the two of you, they just turned into a workaholic perhaps. But it could also be representing a cycle of separation that's coming to an end that might represent the next chapter that could be a reunion for you guys. And then we do have the Wheel of Fortune that came out right along with this one. So we've got tens coming through here. Okay, tens, of course, representing completion. So I do feel that this is a connection. This is a person, more than likely a masculine, who will come back around. This is somebody that you're in separation from, more than likely, Divine Feminine. But this person also played a pretty big role in your life in the past. And I feel that there's unfinished business here between you and this person. All right, so let me go ahead and take a look at another set of cards. I really wanted to take a look at any blockages that might be stopping them from reaching out. So let's see. Let me set these guys right here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for earth signs. What are some blockages that could be stopping them from reaching out right now? And if they can actually overcome those blockages, when might they reach out? Let's see. Date at the beach. That might be significant for some of you guys. Maybe, you know, you live by the beach, or this could be a particular memory that they have. Maybe where you live, it could be a coastal city or state. That could also indicate the distance for some of you. If, you know, let's say they live in a part of the country or the state where you live in where there is not a beach, you know, where there's not that water feature. Let's see what else here. We've got social media. Now, focusing on what's stopping them from reaching out, I do feel they kind of stop themselves. You know, they might check you out on their phone, or they could be on their computer, and maybe for some of you guys, they see that you're busy, that you're actually in a good place in your life, or maybe they have seen you on a date with somebody else, depending on what it is that you're putting on your social media pages. So that could be the very thing that's stopping them, especially if they feel that they would be disturbing your life in a way, that they would be coming in at a time when things are actually good and they don't want to disrupt what you have. This is the next card. We have friends. Okay, so in a way they could be observing that you've got a pretty busy social calendar. You know, you're busy with friends, whether, you know, you're tied in romantically to anybody on your social media platform. So they're observing a lot here, And that could be the very thing that's actually stopping them from coming forward. Let's see what else. Now, some of you guys could have also updated your relationship status. Maybe seeing that you've already moved on. So it's like they want to reach out, but maybe they're apprehensive now because they do see that you're with somebody else, that you have moved on. All right, let's see. For Earth signs. Look at that, Divine Feminine, here you are again. So Divine Feminine, you might have a masculine observing you from a distance, keeping tabs on you on social media. Maybe you have moved on. So this could be a past love who's still wanting to return. Look at these cards, guys. We have the Ten of Wands coming through again. So whatever they are observing, maybe again on social media, it's weighing very heavily on them, maybe because they had the opportunity to play this massive role in your life, but maybe they dropped the ball. For some of you guys, it could have been infidelity or whatever the case might have been and why you guys are apart. Because going back to what we have seen with the Four of Cups, you know, they do feel like they've missed the chance to be with you. Look at the next card. We've got more tens coming through here, guys. If they did backstab you somehow, and if you relate to that, Divine Feminine, maybe at this point, if it was a third party, it could be an indication that rather than being romantically linked with someone, maybe at this point they're just friends. Or it could have been one of your friends and then they ended up having an affair with that person. It could be so many things. But they do recognize that they created some drama here. They do recognize that. Let's see what else. I'm telling you, they want to come back, guys. They will come back with cards like the Judgment coming through again, you know, and then the Wheel of Fortune. This is a situation that isn't finished. They really do want to come back and fix something here between the two of you. So I feel it's just a matter of time, regardless of any hang-ups that they might have or feeling apprehensive, that this desire for them to communicate is so strong that they'll eventually convince themselves, it's like, I have to do this. I have to talk to my person. Let me grab one more here. Yeah, for now, you know, things seem to be stuck. We're at a stalemate here because they haven't taken any action to communicate. But again, I do feel that it's just a matter of time before they do reach out. Yeah, I'm kind of getting that vibe here. Six of Swords, Ace of Cups. So, I mean, for some of you guys, I do feel that there is the potential for new chapters and new beginnings with this person. But for others, I feel that we have a stalemate situation here because you've already moved on. And this could be a reminder for them to move on as well. There's love out there for them as well if they have yet to find it, because they seem to be stuck in the past, holding on to the idea that maybe you guys can still find your way back to each other. But for those of you who do desire this person to reach out and communicate and would be open to the possibility of a reunion, that's coming through here as well. There's a new chapter that you guys can begin by simply addressing the reason why you guys parted ways to begin with. Heal from that, learn from that, and then move on together. So we've got some scenarios here depending on your own interpretation of the situation, but I feel you hold the cards as to whether this can come together or not. All right, Earth signs, so that's what I've got for you. If you are interested in your own reading, that info is down below in the description box. And of course, I'll link all of the decks that you see here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.